Good afternoon and welcome everybody. We're so excited that you all could make it out to this amazing milestone in the journey to open the Children's Museum of Rock County. This afternoon we're surrounded by donors, past and present board members, and the wonderful citizens of Rock County. Without all of you here today and your generosity, this would not be possible. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kent Anderson. I'm the executive director, and I'm honored to be a part of this project. And I'm grateful that the board selected me as the first executive director of this museum. I take a lot, thank you. I take a lot of pride in that, and I'm going to put my best foot forward to make sure this museum is everything that this community hopes it to be. I'm excited about the road ahead, to be able to open up this museum and provide a place for kids in this community to play, to learn, socialize, and build connections with each other. There's a lot of work ahead, but right now I get to do the best part. Thank all of you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your commitment in this project. I understand it's been a long time coming, and this day cements the milestone that puts this museum on the map and the future 80,000 plus visitors that it's going to attract every year. I want to take a few moments to share some appreciation for the board of directors, past and present, that have put the time and energy to make this possible. As most of you know better than I do, this has been almost a 20-year venture. And to be able to be here today, it is because of the sweat equity that these board members and these volunteers have put in to get us here. So if I could ask all of the current and present board members to stand. Any of our past board members, please stand up as well. Without their dedication, passion, and perseverance, this project would not be possible. Last, I want to thank the donors here today, the folks that have invested the time and the money to make sure this museum is what it's going to be. It's going to be an amazing place with things that represent Rock County. And it's all thanks to all of you that have invested that time. I shouldn't say last. Lastly, I want to thank my family, my wife Morgan, my son Ryan, and my daughter Jordan. They've shown support through this. They've helped, and they've did things to make today happen. My son and daughter put 250 stickers on each one of the cookies you're eating today, and that was their reward, was to taste test the cookies before we brought them out today. So in closing, before we hear from some of our speakers, I just want to say how excited I am to be a part of this, to open a place for this community in all of Rock County, a place where kids can grow, learn, socialize, and of course play together. So now we're going to hear from some of our partners that have helped make this happen. First, we're going to hear from our City Council President, Aaron Burdick. The City of Janesville donated $2 million to this project to help support this museum. We're grateful for that gift, and we're grateful for that partnership. So now, if I could have Aaron come up and say a few words.
Thank you for having me here today. Good afternoon, everyone. What a great day this is, not just for our city, but for our children, our families, and for generations to come. I'm honored to stand here as the Janesville City Council President as we break ground on a project that represents imagination, learning, and opportunity. The Children's Museum of Rock County would be more than just a building. It will be a place where curiosity is sparked, creativity is nurtured, and young minds are inspired to dream big. This will be a space where children from every neighborhood can explore, play, and discover the world around them in ways that will stay with them for a lifetime. We know that investing in children is investing in our future, and today we are laying the foundation, not just for a children's museum, but for a stronger and more connected and more vibrant community. Thank you to everyone who made this possible, partners, planners, donors, and the families who believed in this project. The future is bright, and it starts right here. Thank you.
Next, we're going to hear from Ben and Macy Ryan who have been major donors to this campaign since the very beginning. Macy is a past board member, and as I mentioned, they've been involved since the very beginning. So thank you, Ben and Macy. We appreciate your support, and welcome them to the stage.
Thank you, Kent, and thank you to the current board for asking us to speak here today. As Kent said, we are Ben and Macy Ryan, and we want to thank all of you for coming to celebrate this museum groundbreaking. I mean, this is so amazing. I really wish that my dad, Jim, was still here to see this. Anyone here who knew him well, and there were many of you who did, knew that he loved kids, and he was a master of the art of playing. He could make a game out of anything. If he found himself in a game where people weren't having fun, he would completely change the rules or create games within the games to make sure everyone around him was actively playing and having fun. He would be so happy to know that this mecca of childhood wonder and place of playing would be built upon the mountain of revitalization that has occurred in Janesville's now vibrant downtown. I'm going to keep my comments brief and yield the majority of our time to Macy because the vast majority of our combined contributions to the museum have come from her. But before I turn it over, and she's going to say thank you to all the people who helped along the way, I want to say thank you to you, Macy, for everything you did to get us to this place right now. And I'm very, very proud to be standing here next to you on this historic day for Janesville. Thank you.
Wow, I cannot believe we're here. This is amazing. So this project was built on the backs of people who showed up and didn't give up. It took a lot of people caring for the museum to keep it alive for a long time so that we could be here. This is a 5-year project for me, but as Kent said, this is an almost 20-year project for the people who founded this idea. And I'm going to name a lot of names in my speech. Cheryl Peterson, Terry Myland, Mark Cullen, and John Westfall, who I recruited back to the board in 2021. John, we didn't always agree, but we learned that there was no one way to build a museum, only to never ever give up, including on each other. Working with you was an honor and an experience I'll never forget. Thank you for your lifelong service and dedication to this community. When I moved here in 2016, I went to the RCHS Tallman Arts Festival with a 4-week-old Reeves in the stroller and a 2-year-old Walker running around, and I met Elaine McDonald, the museum president at the time. Less than a week later, my father-in-law Jim passed away. Those two events would be forever linked to one another and solidified in my heart. On the one hand, unimaginable loss, and on the other hand, this inkling of undefinable hope. Because at its core, this project gives people hope, because it is about our love for our children and our community, and these are the things that define Janesville and Rock County. Going back to my first few months on the board, in October 2020, Oakley Ryan sets us up on a tour of First National with former Forward Janesville CEO John Beckard, and we walk in and Mick Gilbertson is also there. Surprise! It was like seeing a local celebrity out in the wild. What do you do? How do you act? What do you say? Is there a stain on my shirt? Is there something in my teeth? All of a sudden, everything became very big and very real. It was 3 of us moms from the museum board, and we were in the room with the big guns. And Mick was wearing a Packers sweatshirt, and it was a Sunday, and it's encroaching on game time. They stayed way, way over our allotted time, right up there in that space that's supposed to be the water room. You'll soon find out. And we talked and talked, Mick and John missing that Packers game, and you could feel the energy in the room lifting off into outer space, and we knew this project was game on. Thank you, Mick, John, and Oakley for believing in us 5 years ago. There are a lot of people to thank. Peter Bazzelli and Weitzman, the consultants who interviewed us 3 times to make the recommendation to Forward Foundation that the museum belongs in this building. A heartfelt thanks to Paul Benson. Where are you, Paul? He couldn't make it, darn it. And his beautiful wife, Jenna, our former city council president, who made the museum a priority and ensured our city funding was on the ballot before he left office. Key leaders like Nathan Burkhart, Christine Rebout, Ann Rowe, Tim Maas, Larry Squire, George Cullen, and Tim Lindau, who was the chair of Ford Foundation at the time, followed by Dave Hiller. I see Nowlin's name all over our downtown. Tim, you are everywhere. Thank you and Nowlin Law for being an incredible community partner. To our marketing, fundraising, and outreach committees, and to all the businesses and individuals who donated to our outreach programs in our 2020 Giving Tuesday, thank you. These are the early adopters. There were so many Zoom meetings during COVID times, but these people were little angels performing little miracles and infusing this project with sparks of inspiration and momentum. We wouldn't be here without those sparks. They were the signposts that were on the right path, that we were on the right path, and that this project was the real thing. To our fellow major donors and co-chairs, Tom and Era Lassie, we love you. We thank you for your enduring kindness, unmatched wisdom, and incredible generosity. We thank some of our best friends and partners in crime, Todd and Carrie Ann Buell, and our wonderful Ryan family, my mother-in-law Nigella, Adam and Britt, Nancy, Paul and Jana, Tobin and Oakley, Grandma Sue, and Max and Nicole, who all collectively donated. We'd also like to thank members of the Hendricks family who supported this project, and to tell them that all of us in Rock County are betting on Beloit. To the places downtown where we held so many meetings. Draft House, Matt and Hannah Keeley are just amazing community partners. Janisa, Joshua, Aaron, and Greg Hughes. And to Bodacious, O'Reilly's, and rest in peace, Lark. Thank you. And a huge thank you to all of our donors, sponsors, and volunteers. We are indebted to you. Finally, to my parents, Randy and Mary Macbeth, watching the live stream in Texas, I love you. To my husband, Ben, and to our children, Walker, Reeves, and Jackson. Hey, guys. We dedicate our donation and all our volunteer time to you. The Children's Museum of Rock County will be a place where we can put our children first and play and experience love, hope, and joy. This museum is for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben and Macy. Next up, Secretary Kathy Blumenfeld from the Department of Administration. The DOA awarded a $600,000 non-state building grant to the museum, only one of two grants in the Janesville community. We're grateful and excited to have Secretary Blumenfeld here to join us and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right. On behalf of Governor Evers and the Wisconsin Department of Administration, we're thrilled to be here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the future home of the Children's Museum here in downtown Janesville. I'm so proud of the small role we could play at the state level to bring this long-term vision to life and recognize the important impact the new museum will have on the entire community. I was here just last month to celebrate the groundbreaking of a new Boys and Girls Club and to see the investments made for local kids and community members is so exciting. We're building for the future of Wisconsin with a welcome boost for the brains and bodies of our next generation, for all the kids and families to come here to play, to learn, and to grow. It's also very fitting that we're kicking off this project during, as Governor Evers declared, the Year of the Kid. As many of you know, this project has been a dream for the local community and volunteers for nearly 20 years. It's also one of 50 grants for local projects that Governor Evers first announced in his last budget, the 23-25 budget, and approved by the State Building Commission. The entire fund was $50 million. We received over 250 applications with nearly $500 million in requests statewide when the program was first announced. And as I mentioned, this museum is one of 2 local projects here in Janesville made possible through this impactful program. We're very grateful to everyone at the Children's Museum and everyone here today to help make this dream come true. We're so grateful for your partnership and the support you provide kids, for families, for visitors, residents, and folks across Rock County who will be able to enjoy this expanded museum for years to come. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Next up, Woodman's Markets. Woodman's has been a major donor to not only the Children's Museum, but so many amazing projects in the Janesville community. We're truly grateful for their support and helping make this museum possible. Please welcome Clint Woodman to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a proud and exciting day for Janesville and Rock County. On behalf of all of us at Woodman's, I'm honored to be here as we break ground on a project that reflects the very heart of this community. At Woodman's, we've been working in and serving the families here for over a century. And we've always believed that our role goes far beyond groceries. We believe in the families and children and in giving back, supporting, and growing stronger together with our communities. There are very few things more important than creating spaces where children, the future of our communities, can learn, play, and dream. Whether they dream of being an astronaut, an entrepreneur, or maybe even a grocer, they can discover many of those opportunities that will surround them here. This will be a place for families to come together, where learning is joyful, where the foundation of our community is strengthened. We're very proud to support this project and invest in our children, the future of Janesville and Rock County. It takes an entire community to build something like this. I want to congratulate the team that enabled this and for us being here today. The visionaries like John Westfall, the past board members, the planners, the volunteers, and all of the donors. Thank you from all of us at Woodman's for letting us be a part of this. Let's build an amazing children's museum. Thank you.
All right, our final speaker before we have some closing remarks, Steve and Marlene Bystad are another major donor and have been a part of this capital campaign since the beginning. Marlene previously served on the board of directors of the museum as a treasurer. Also, Steve and Marlene have, with their generosity, have initiated a $500,000 matching grant to really help us continue to get across the finish line and get the funds raised to make sure we can include everything in this project. So, with that, please welcome Steve and Marlene.
I don't use notes, sorry. But I do know this is her passion. She put up with me for 40 years with my passion, so I'm gonna let her talk.
We are so happy to be here for this groundbreaking. This is like awesome. It's been 17 years since I first raised funds for this children's museum for one of my milestone birthdays. And that's why I'm sweating today, because I'm way beyond those milestones now. As our daughter said, you've been saving your pennies for a long time. We are investing in the city of Janesville and our future generations. It's all about the kids with us. The museum will be a safe place for all children to learn and play, a place for caretakers, moms, dads, grandparents, to take the kids and have adult conversation during the day. When I was home with our kids, I had a group of friends, luckily, that we could go to McDonald's and hang out and have adult conversation while the kids played. The museum will bring visitors to our city, so please welcome them with a friendly smile. If you have donated to this project, thank you. I'll say it again, thank you. If you are thinking about making a donation, now is the time while we have matching funds. Please consider it. Another thank you to John Westfall and the board of directors and all previous people that have been working on this project for the last 17 plus years. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve and Marlene. Before I welcome our last speaker for closing remarks, following his remarks, we're going to take some pictures over here, and I would ask all of our current and past board members to come on over. We're going to take a picture over there first, and then we will take pictures as in the order that our speakers went. And so anybody that would like to take those pictures, we will get in the line. But last, for closing remarks, I think everybody knows him, our board president, John Westfall. And before I welcome him up here, you all know this a lot better than I do, but it's become very apparent since coming into this community and coming into this job that John has uber amounts of passion and dedication to making this a possibility for the community. And so I just want to thank John for the opportunity he and the board have given me and recognize the amount of effort that he's put in to get us where we are today. So John? Oh, yes, and we'll also, if anyone would like to go through the building on the first floor after we're done, we will open the doors if you'd like to see inside the building.
18 years ago, this whole thing started as an idea by the Leadership Development Academy in Rock County. At that time, a handful of us formed a committee to bring a children's museum to reality. Then the financial crisis in 2008 shut the whole thing down, put an end to our dreams. But then another handful of people kept the idea percolating and wouldn't let the idea die. In 2022, after study after study after study, we decided to conduct a capital campaign. That campaign will end soon, at the end of August, almost exactly 3 years after we started the capital campaign, and twice as long as we thought it would take. Everything I've described to you shows how much perseverance this has taken. But with all that, here we are today, on the biggest occasion yet in the history of the Children's Museum. Right, Marlene? Right. The biggest occasion in our 18-year history. To all of you past board members and volunteers, I hope you feel that today offers a fair return on your investment. To our current board members and current volunteers, hope you're puffing your chest out and shedding a quiet tear from today's milestone. But in reality, we're all here today because of these people sitting in these front rows. Because of the quiet folks that are standing in the back. Because of the taxpayers of the city of Janesville, or the taxpayers of the state of Wisconsin. That's why we're here. Whether you've pledged $2 or you've pledged $2 million, you've made a huge difference in our community, and I hope you know that. Speaking for the 7 other board members and myself, we offer you donors our most sincere, heartfelt, and humble gratitude. You're going to make a significant impact on the children and the families in our county. You guys are going to transform little kids' lives, and that's what's important. we as the Children's Museum, we've already started on the next and the most difficult task that we're going to face. And that's the creation and operation of a sustainable and successful business that we intend to be around for 100 years. I can promise you that the board and our volunteers are going to bring as much energy to creating that business as we have towards the goal that's brought us all here today. When we're finally open, we intend to bring a big smile, as big a smile to your face. Then, that'll be like September of next year, as the smiles that you have today. The Children's Museum motto is, we take play seriously. But now we've reached this groundbreaking goal, it's time to say to ourselves and our contractors, hey man, let's play. Thank you.
That concludes our ceremony. Thank you again for coming out today. We'll do some pictures now. Thanks again for coming.